Thank you for watching, and remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your support.
Coming up. Welcome back. America's Morning Headquarters rolling on until noon.
Thanks so much for sticking with us and joining us here as we march our way closer towards the end of the week. Lots to track here for us. We got quite a bit of wet weather that we're going to be facing across parts of the Sunshine State. So, the sun may not be shining too brightly there. And of course, we're still dealing with this chill in the air across a lot of the east.
Ooh, rain. You saw how cold it was where Chris was. The thing is, it would be even colder farther south if you didn't have the clouds and rain. So we do have a look at where the rain fell yesterday. Record rainfall in cities like Austin. We had over 2 inches. That was the daily record there. Less than an inch in San Antonio. Didn't make a record, but nearby we had about as much. And Brownsville picked up some big rain. This is how it all played out yesterday afternoon. What a mess for Houston in your commute overnight. It was Corpus Christi to Brownsville. But now we're just left with a couple of showers out there, well south of town, now into San Antonio. The main action at the moment happens to be from Alabama into northern Georgia, into South Carolina, North Carolina, including around Charlotte. Yes, do you see that blue showing up? It is high up there. It is not affecting a lot of travelers, but we do have enough cold air in the south that the southern Appalachians will get some snow. I got to check in on Boone and see if you have any flakes that are getting picked up. Otherwise, it's a really chilly rain with temperatures in the 40s in Rome, in Dalton, in Atlanta, south of town, down towards Peachtree City. You've got showers there as well. Greenville, Spartanburg, rain. Tides are going to be a little bit higher than usual, and a combination of that plus the onshore flow means that we have coastal flood concerns. We've got the advisories up there in Georgia and into Florida and South Carolina into Florida. We've got the coastal flood watch, and this goes into the weekend. So it's, not necessarily because of rain, although rain is a factor. It's actually because of the onshore flow, and the tides were already going to be a little bit higher than usual, those king tides that we see in the fall. All right, so a couple of spots that we got to watch. The purple spots, this is where we'll get to major flooding, and it'll be around the time of high tide, about an hour or two before and an hour or two after. So let's look at places like Savannah, Georgia, at Fort Pulaski here. This is going to be into the weekend. Saturday is going to be the toughest day when it comes to dealing with that flooding. You can see how we do ramp up here to that major flooding into Saturday, and that's when there could be issues on Highway 80. Once you get to the levels that we're expecting, up over 10.5, we could get to 10.6 feet. That would mean some major coastal flooding with Highway 80 closed, and that basically makes Tybee Island inaccessible. So plan accordingly around that time of high tide. It won't be all day, but it will be certainly on either side of high tide. And then we go to Charleston, South Carolina. Again, we've been having some minor issues already, but it ramps up getting into the weekend. Saturday will be the busiest day in terms of the flooding, and we'll be getting to levels where we could see roads in downtown Charleston become impassable on a couple hours either side of high tide. Alex.
Please, the lights up. I was like, what are we doing? Can we at least have Halloween?
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. Had to walk out. All right. Let's talk about what's going on over the next...
the milk and eggs you're supposed to bring home. Right.
We got some of these showers across parts of the south. It is not going to be a fun morning here for you across the North Georgia portions of the Georgia into the Carolinas. 40s. In fact, Astros, just looking at the report there, 30s and rain.
And you've also got 30s and snow in Boone.
Right.
So if you had to pick one.
It's not even close. I'm heading to Boone.
Boone, me too. Boone, North Carolina. You got some snowflakes flying, although it's a really wet snow.
It is. It's not great, but if I had to pick.
Yeah.
Heading into tomorrow, more rain showers and storms really filling in across South Georgia into Florida. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a stormy time for us, places like Miami. It could even see a few stronger storms tomorrow.
Especially South Florida. That's where I think, we'll have sort of enough instability in the atmosphere. The other thing is we have this rain in the forecast along the coast of Georgia into South Carolina, but there's also going to be flooding, not because of the rain, but because of the king tides this weekend. Yeah,
we add that fact that we've got that and an area of low pressure that's going to be hanging out, high pressure to the north between the two. That could help to strengthen some of the issues that we find right along the southeast coast.
It's marathon weekend in New York City. Looks pretty good. I mean, temps 54 degrees seems about right.
Like that's runners' temps,
about right? Yeah.
They like it to be a little cool.
Yeah. The key is the morning lows,
Right.
Because they get up early.
54, 63 showing up around Chicago. Well, a lot of the nation really will actually be on the quiet side to round out the weekend, but we keep these systems coming into parts of the west, particularly the northwest. That's going to keep things a bit on the wet side there.
But it really is Washington, Oregon, Northern California. You notice not a whole lot gets south of the Bay Area, and SoCal doesn't get a whole lot of rain over the next 5 days at least.
Mid-70s around Dallas there for you, and that continues for the early part of next week. Really some lovely weather there in the Lone Star State.
All right, it's still 80s in Miami.